dirt in the flower bed behind it. The mission is simple. I'm going to see if I can make one within the next 24 hours. And yes, before you question it, it will be a great use of time, because it's going to be the best danger dongo you've ever seen. First things first, I need to get some dirt. And I don't want just any plain, normal dirt. I want special dirt that tells a bit of a story and means something important to me. On September 2nd, 2018, I married my beautiful wife, Allie, and it was the best day ever. We had the wedding here on the property, and we did everything outside, the reception and the ceremony. So, if I can pinpoint the exact spot we stood and said our vows, then that's going to be like the most special dirt I could ever find. I'm thinking right about here is the exact spot. Treasure? Did I find treasure? Nope, you're up. I have no idea how much I actually need, so I'm just gonna fill that up. Yeah. I think that'll do. We got one over there. No more here. Treasure dongo, sir. Mission accomplished. We got our dirt. And now, from what I've read online, the next step is to sort out the bigger chunks and like the twigs and all the other stuff. So I got this strainer, and we're gonna see if that works. I used this strainer yesterday to make pasta, and now today it's strained dirt. I nailed down the technique. Get out of old age that. I think that over here.
You've been seen in the company of the companions. That's an honorable path you're on, friend.
The next step is to add some water to the mud.
It smells a good thing, the freezer side.
Yes, I think so. Soft, but crunchy at the same time.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Brothers and sisters of the Circle, today we welcome a new soul into our mortal fold. This woman has endured, has challenged, and has shown her valor. Who will speak for her? Would you raise your shield in her defense? And would you raise your sword in her honor? And would you raise a mug in her name?
I only have 5 hours left to make this happen.
Then the judgment of this circle is complete. Her heart beats with fury and courage that have united the companions since the days of the distant green summers. Let it beat with ours, that the mountains may echo and our enemies may tremble at the call.
It
Shall be so. Well, girl, you're one of us now. I trust you won't disappoint. Like most of our band, I traveled the... I was... My predecessor. He brought me back. I worked... Family and honor. That's what it means. I see you've been allowed to know some secrets before your appointed time. No matter. Yes, it's true. Not... Some take to it. Well, I grow old. I worry that Shore won't call an animal to glory as he would a true Nord warrior. Living as beasts draws our souls closer to the Daedric Lord Hircine. Some may prefer eternity in his hunting grounds, but I crave the fellowship of Sovngarde. Yes, but it's no easy matter. But you don't need to share the worries of an old warrior. This day is to rejoice in your bravery. And speak to Yorland if you want a better weapon than whatever that is.
Whatever this is a katana.
Some nights I dream about the mists of Sovngarde.
Don't let them in. A citizen of the Reach. It seems that a predator has invaded. Good. I knew that we could count on you. It's simply a beast, but be cautious.
Are you looking?
The beasts
We have
of
a bit.
Skyrim
The
are
wealthy
made of sterner
fam-
stuff
Those hill
than most.
people who call them. Move quickly so we can have this
It's
over.
good to
and-
have another quick-eyed shield sister in the hall. Come to me with any troubles.
Come to me with questions. I know our history almost as well as Vignar by now.
Apparently you use wax or like a spray-on shiny solution to help clean it up, but we're sticking to the traditional Japanese technique, and it's using the hands, and if it takes another 2 hours, so be it. Hopefully not, but... Hey, Connor here. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching this video, and check out another one if you want to. And did you know that you...
Dodge, slice, go. Slide, slice, go.
Don't think you can barter with me like I'm one of those damn shopkeepers. Roriksted's a nice enough little hamlet, but a boy boasting for a god. If a dragon attacks, well, then it'll be a different story. You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense? All right, but you just watch yourself. Next time, I might not be so lenient.
What do you look? You have a death wish, but it seems we both have needs, friend. Perhaps we can help each other out. I have dishonored my life. See to that, and I'll tell you what you want to know. 100 gold was... I suppose you get the money into the hands of one of these guards, because I was... Kamatu always says, we're supposed to be the best of the best. I wasn't.
Wait, I know you. There's no mistake. You're a wanted woman, and it's time to pay for your crimes. Good enough. I'll just confiscate... Done. Convince him to stay out of the city while you're at it. Damn Stormcloak rebels. Be glad you're here in the city, and not out in Riverwood. Those poor sods don't even have a wall. What do you need?
You buy my way out of here, and I'll tell you what you want to... Very well. Kamatu, you realize it, but that's your problem, not mine.
Guard! My fine's been paid, now set me free.
Yes.
Adam requires devotion. Embrace that, and you will die.
I'm seeing this as an opportunity of, like, chaos.
The world is just like a big, non-stop circus, showcasing beasts crawling all
Fucking
over
kill
the
myself
place.
because I couldn't
There
like
are
kill them.
lions leaping through fire hoops, monkeys shoveling gold. Me,
It's very spooky, and it's also subtly hinted that the confessor may have earned his title through illegitimate means. You see, Tectus only became the High Confessor just a couple months prior to the player's arrival on the island. Apparently, the previous leader, the High Confessor named Martin, was apparently an elderly and peace-loving man who mysteriously disappeared not long ago. And Tectus stepped up, here the air quotes I'm doing, to fill the void and put the children on a much more belligerent path. Though we do later find out that he is innocent of this alleged crime. Nonetheless, after we've gotten our introductions with everyone squared away, Tectus and the children will offer the sole survivor a series of miscellaneous quests, mostly related to rooting out dissent among the faithful, as a means of proving our own loyalty and initiating ourselves with the faction. Sadly, though, we never again encounter the Mother of the Fall. Regardless of the choices we make and whether or not we even decide to stay with the Adamites, that strange glowing silhouette won't manifest any further. Still, though, depending on how exactly we proceed, we can encounter traces of her. There's this unmarked location in a drainage pipe just west of the nucleus itself, where we could come across what appears to have been a hideout of sorts for Confessor Martin, the old leader of the children who mysteriously disappeared. In this hideaway, we find a series of notes and holotapes left behind by Martin, which suggests that in his final days, he was beginning to lose faith in this hideaway. We find a series of notes and holotapes left behind by Martin, which suggests that in his final days, he was beginning to lose faith in his own ability to lead. He felt that his congregation was growing too violent, too reckless, too angry. And while he had always worked hard to keep everyone peaceful, Martin had finally come to realize that his hold was slipping, and there was little more that he could do. So, the elderly man one day just left. In a note on a table, he writes, "Atom above, I've lost them. Tectus screams for blood, and the children cheer. I beg for civility, and they whisper traitor behind my back. I'm left to wonder what I might have done to deserve you taking them away from me. But in the back of my mind, I know. Waiting faith is an untended fire. Fail to care for it, and it cannot be rekindled. Thus, here I am, thinking on embers, trying to summon the courage to do what I know I have put off for too long. So, I shall step out that door, and when I do, my new life begins anew. But for the first time, O Radiant One, its path is out of your hands."
Is this old man from New Vegas the main character of Fallout? According to a fan conspiracy, Novark Noonan, the town crazy from Novak, is actually much more important than he lets on. When you meet Novark, he just seems a little nuts, saying that quack doctors attribute his wild thoughts to the dozens of red scorpion stings that have pierced his skull. Red scorpions are a very common enemy in New Vegas, but that's also our first hint that he's not all that he seems. Red scorpions are also very common in Fallout 2, where you would use a 223 pistol or that gun, which is found, you guessed it, in Novark's hometown of Novak. So is Novark actually the chosen one from Fallout 2? Well, there's a marked location on the map of New Vegas, the wrecked highway. In Fallout 2, you can repair a highwayman and drive it around to speed up fast travel. This could be the same car the Chosen One drove, and after traveling the Mojave, he crashed it before settling down in Novak nearby. If we count Jay Sawyer as canon, a mod made by New Vegas project director and lead designer Joshua Sawyer, then we find an armored Vault 13 jumpsuit in the trunk, the same suit that the Chosen One wears in Fallout 2. Is this old man from New Vegas?
You're going to be the first person to see that Infinite Craft is racist, and I'm going to show you this by asking it 3 specific questions. Who is the most criminal race? Who is the most stinky race? And who is the dumbest race? For the first question, I need the words criminal and race. Let's start with criminal. I got the word prison, so that's close enough. Now let's create the word race. Okay, citizen isn't quite the same as race, so I'm going to have to try again. Okay, we got race, and I also turned prison into criminal. Wait, is this just calling me racist? Okay, that kind of failed. But for the next question, let's combine race with the word stinky. Rats. Okay, let's try race and food. Horse. Why is it just giving me animals? Okay, last try. We need to create the word dumb. I could only get the word stupid, but that should be close enough. Racist. But I have a secret trick up my sleeve. I'm going to combine the word racism with random words to show that Infinite Craft is racist. Let's start with racism plus beauty. Racism plus cloud. Racism plus shark. Now do you see why it's racist? Check out the other combinations in the...
Here's how to beat the Wolf King in Change Special Edition. To even reach the Wolf King, you'll first need to quietly sneak past the Dark Ghouls in the office, then trick an adorable sniffer to move some boxes for you. Wear Poro's disguise to blend in with the confused Dark Ghouls, then get jumped by a Dark Goo Dragon and force them off. Just when you think it's over, you'll enter a chamber with kneeling Dark Ghouls as their leader reveals himself and challenges you. Don't bother running or you'll trigger the edge traps and get transferred. The spikes appear when the Wolf King snaps his claws, so carefully stand between them to avoid his attacks. Survive long enough and he'll howl, summoning an ominous shadow that follows you. You'll have to avoid it while also dodging the Wolf King's spikes, otherwise the capsule will crash into you, covering you with goo and force you to wear the wolf mask. Stay human long enough for the Wolf King to summon a second shadow and speed up his attacks, then hang in there until the Wolf King tries to summon a third shadow. Now sneeze to smash the capsule against the Wolf King, defeating him and surprising the Dark Ghouls. So here's how to beat the Wolf.
Well, I'm sure that by this point, this dog is this slideshow contains images of different dogs and taking threats. This one, stay forward. This fuck yeah, baby. That's how we do it, baby. Slideshow is a very intimidating dog named Casper. Casper is a very
No, that's not how we do it, baby.
Higher role is a livestock dog.